Hey everyone, and today, we are going to create this minimal line text animation in After Effects, without using any third-party plugin. It's very easy to create, so, let's see how to make this. Now let's continue. Alright. So, After Effects, and we will begin by creating a new composition. Just click on OK. First, let's create a background, so, right-click, New. Let's add a solid, and I'm going to make it like a little bit of white. Let's select the text tool. Let's type our first word, so, I'm going to type after, and let's align it in the middle of this composition using the Align panel. Also, let's make sure that its anchor point is in the center, so, hold on the Control key, double-click on this. I'm going to select this, right-click, and let's go to Create, and let's create shape from text. So, here we have our layer. We are going to simply add a trim path property, so let's open this up, and we can animate the end point. So let's set this to 0. Let's add a keyframe. Let's move to somewhere around 2.5 seconds. Let's set the end point to 100. Select the keyframes, press F9. Let's go to the graph editor, and we can change the graph to look like this. If your graph looks different, then make sure you're using the speed graph, not the value graph. Now, if I press play, we have our text animation. So, once you're done with this, we are ready to create lines that will move across this text. So for that, let's select the pen tool. Now, just simply zoom in. Let's click somewhere around here. Now hold on the shift key, and just click to this point. So now, we have a line. Let's align it in the middle using this Align panel. We can animate it by going under the Add. Let's add a trim path property over here as well. Let's go to the very beginning, and I'm going to set both of these values to 0. Let's add keyframe to start and end. Now let's move to somewhere around 2 seconds, and I'm going to set both of these values to 100. Now we can quickly zoom in, and you can see we are not able to see the line, because we have to offset these keyframes. So let's just move them like a little bit ahead, and you will be able to see your line. And we can select everything. Press F9. Let's go to the graph editor, and we can change the curve to look like this. So now, if I press play, you can see we have our line coming up. Like bring these keyframes like closer, so now, if I press play, we have this long line. Now, let's select this line, and I'm going to place it to the very top. And just bring this line over here. Once you have this, let's press Ctrl D, and we can press it or rotate it by 180 degrees, so that this line will come from the opposite direction. Let's place it at the bottom of this. Now we can select this, press Ctrl D once again, and let's press R. This time, we can set this to 90 degrees, and now we are ready to place them at this vertical angles. So just paste it, press Ctrl D. Let's paste some of these over here. Press Ctrl D, and just move them randomly to these locations. Now we can select this, press Ctrl D. This time, we can rotate it. This will be 270, so that it will start animating from the other side. Now we can move it to all of these adjacent layers. Let's place one to this point. Let's press Ctrl D. Let's place one over here. And in the same way, you can keep on duplicating, and just keep on pasting all of them at these intersections. And let's just place one at here. So I think this looks good. Now we can go to the very beginning. Now we can select all of them, and let's just quickly change the color to yellow. Now what you have to do is, let's select them, and we can play around with the timing of it. Let's select this, press U. Now let's select this, press U as well. So what we are going to do is, we are going to offset these layers little bit, so just move them little bit ahead. Some of them will stay here. We basically adding more variations to them. Just randomly move these layers here and there. Now, if I press play, you can see we have these lines going up, and after that, our text reveals. So once we're done with this, we can create our second text as well in the same way. So for that, let's select the text, let's enable it, and this time, we can change it. Now let's select this, right-click, and let's create shape from text. We are basically doing the same thing for this text as well. Now we can select all of these layers, and just move them far away. So let's just copy this and just paste it over here. So here, you can see it is animated as well. Select this one, press Ctrl D, let's bring it to the very top. Now we can select all of these layers, and just move them like to the top. So hold on the Shift key, and just move them little bit up. Let's select all of them, and just move them little bit down. Now, if I press play, you can see we have our text forming up. So now we are done with the animation. Our next step is to stylize this more. So we can select this bottom layer, which is our text. Let's press Ctrl D, and let's go to the very beginning. And we can zoom in. Now let's move this layer like 3 frames ahead, and on the bottom one, we can apply fill effect. So let's search for fill. And just drag it over here, so that we have this red color. It's up to you. You can just change it to whatever you want. Now let's pick a point, so somewhere around here, we can press T. Let's add a keyframe for opacity. And let's move a little bit ahead. Set this to 0. Let's copy this. And just paste it onto this bottom text as well, so that we don't have any red hue over here. Press Ctrl V. There you go. Now this color will fade away. At last, we can add some really nice long shadows. So, right-click. Let's pre-compose this. Let's call this one text. Now, we can select this, press Ctrl D on the bottom one. Let's apply CC radial blur. Let's drag it onto the bottom layer. Set this to fading zoom. Increase the amount. And after that, we can click on this center, and just place the center point to somewhere around here, so that we have this very nice angle. Now, it's completely up to you. You can make it come from the left side or right side.